Good morning, all of you. Today I would like to teach the topic of inflorescence. Actually, most of the students are asking about this question and this topic. They are feeling difficulty to learn this. So that I want to explain you in a easy way to easily remember the topic of inflorescence. సో నేను మీకు ఇన్ఫ్లోరసెన్స్ గురించి చాలా ఈజీగా చెప్పాలనుకుంటున్నాను. సో ఇన్ఫ్లోరసెన్స్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఇన్ఫ్లోరసెన్స్ గురించి మనం తెలుసుకునే ముందు దాని యొక్క బేసిక్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్ గురించి తెలుసుకున్న తర్వాత అప్పుడు మనం ఇన్ఫ్లోరసెన్స్ గురించి కంటిన్యూ చేద్దాం. యాక్చువల్గా మనకి ఫ్లవర్, ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ ఏ ఫ్లవర్, సో దీస్ ఫ్లవర్స్ ఆర్ ప్రజెంట్ ఆన్ ద ప్లాంట్ and this is called floral axis. This is called floral axis. On the floral axis, sometimes flowers are present at the tip. The flower is present at the tip. At the tip, the flower is present. These type of flowers generally we can call it as terminal flowers. And the flower is only one flower is present at the tip. That's why it is called solitary flower. టిప్ యొక్క రీజియన్లో ఒక ఫ్లవర్ మాత్రమే ఉంటుందని సాలిటరీ ఫ్లవర్ ఆర్ సింగిల్ ఫ్లవర్ ఆల్సో. You can call it as a single flower or solitary flower. When you come to the other type of flowers, if you see, this is again floral axis. In this floral axis, we know there are some leaves are there. There are some leaves also present. At the leaf, the gap between this leaf and the stem, this position we can call it as axillary position. This position we can call it as axillary position. But at this axillary position, if the flower is developed, and this flower we can call it as axillary flower. And now this axillary flower is also a single flower. That's why you can call it as solitary axillary flower or single flower. Again we can call it a single axillary flower. Okay, we have seen two types of flowers. So terminal flowers we have seen, axillary flowers we have. These are the single flower. But sometimes in plants we can see more flowers are present. More flowers are present in the plants. For example, here this is you can see this is one flower, and again another flower, again another flower, again another flower, again another flower. If more flowers are present, look at here. Here we can see many plants have many flowers. If many flowers are present on this axis, then what we call it as? If many flowers are present on this axis, then we can call it as inflorescence. Inflorescence, which means we can simply define this inflorescence is arrangement of flowers. Okay, just wait. Arrangement of flowers. And now this floral axis generally we can call it as peduncle or axis. This floral axis generally we can call it as peduncle or axis, which means now you can define this inflorescence is like this: arrangement of flowers on peduncle or axis is called inflorescence. Now you have just known about the inflorescence. Simply I want to tell you, మనం చూస్తున్నప్పుడు అనేక ఫ్లవర్స్ అనేవి ఒకే ఒక యాక్సిస్ పైన కనుక ఎక్కువగా ఉన్నట్లయితే, ఇలా ఎక్కువ ఫ్లవర్స్ యాక్సిస్ పైన ఉన్నట్లయితే దాన్నే మనం ఇన్ఫ్లోరసెన్స్ అని చెప్పేసి పిలుస్తాం. ఇలా ఇన్ఫ్లోరసెన్స్ అనేది ఒక యాక్సిస్ పైన అరేంజ్మెంట్, ఫ్లవర్స్ అనేవి ఒక యాక్సిస్ పైన అరేంజ్ అయ్యి ఉంటే దాన్ని ఇన్ఫ్లోరసెన్స్ అంటాం. సింప్లీ అరేంజ్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్లవర్స్ ఆన్ పెడంగిల్ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ ఇన్ఫ్లోరసెన్స్. అయితే వెన్ వి సీ ద ఇన్ఫ్లోరసెన్స్ అంటే ఈ ఫ్లవర్స్ అనేవి మొక్కల్లో ఎలా అమరి ఉంటాయి, అవి ఉండేటువంటి విధానాన్ని బట్టి వీటిని మనం 3 టైప్స్ కింద డివైడ్ చేసి చదవచ్చు. సో the inflorescence again can be divided into 3 types. The inflorescence can be divided into 3 types. So the first one is recemose inflorescence. Second one is cymose inflorescence. Third one is special type of inflorescence. So inflorescence ని మనం 3 టైప్స్ కింద డివైడ్ చేసి చెప్పొచ్చు. ఒకటి recemose inflorescence, cymose inflorescence అండ్ స్పెషల్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్ఫ్లోరసెన్స్. సో ఇప్పుడు మనం రెసిమోజ్ అండ్ సైమోజ్ ఇన్ఫ్లోరసెన్స్ యొక్క డిఫరెన్స్ తెలుసుకుంటే, ఓకే, దేర్ ఆర్ 3 టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్ఫ్లోరసెన్స్ ఆర్ దేర్. ఇన్ఫ్లోరసెన్స్ కెన్ బి డివైడెడ్ ఇంటూ 3 టైప్స్. ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ రెసిమోజ్, second one is cymose, third one is special type of inflorescence. Okay, first of all we will learn about the 2 types of inflorescence, recemose and cymose. అంటే ఇక్కడ మనకి ఇన్ఫ్లోరసెన్స్ అనేవి 3 టైప్స్గా ఉన్నాయి: recemose, cymose and special type of inflorescence. These 3 types of inflorescence, first of all we have to know the differences between recemose and cymose inflorescence. Let us discuss recemose and cymose. So this is very important question. The difference between the recemose and cymose inflorescence is very important question. You will see the difference between recemose and cymose. Before that, I want to give a small introduction regarding recemose and cymose. Actually, if you see, this is a peduncle, and this peduncle is day by day it grows continuously. The peduncle goes continuously. That means today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. That means the peduncle is continuously grows, which means it's growing continuously. That's why I want to show it with the help of arrow mark, which means it is an arrow. Arrow represents continuous growing of peduncle. Whereas In another some other plants, this is a peduncle, and this peduncle it grows sometimes. Afterwards, this peduncle is terminated with the formation of the flower. By the formation of the flower, the peduncle is terminated. Here we have two types of peduncles. One peduncle is day by day it grows continuously, and one peduncle is it can grow sometimes. Afterwards it stops. The growth of the peduncle is stopped with the formation of the flower, which means we have two types of peduncles. See, in case of this recemose, growth is indeterminate. Growth is indeterminate, whereas cymose growth is determinate, which means determined, which means limited. Among these two, which one is showing limited growth? This type of arrangement of that means with the formation of the flower, the growth has been limited up to this only. Up to this mark, growth has been limited, so that this growth is limited. But here, this growth is not limited. It is continuous. Growth is continuous, which means when growth is continuous, it is not determined. That means it is indetermined. Whereas it is determined, that means up to the mark the growth has been determined. This is called determined. Whereas this is the growth is continuous. There is no mark. There is no particular length. See, this growth is continuous. That's why it is called indetermined. So growth is indetermined and growth is determined. The main difference between this recemose and cymose is, in this plants, the growth of this peduncle is continuous, and this growth of the peduncle is terminated with the formation of the flower. This is called growth is determined and growth is indetermined. And next one is axis or peduncle continuously grow. Whereas axis or peduncle terminated with flower. Look at here. So this is, we can call it as peduncle, or we can call it as axis. And this is, we can call it as peduncle, or you can call it as axis. So axis or peduncle, and this is axis or peduncle. Axis or peduncle is continuously grows. That means axis growth is continuous, and axis growth or the peduncle growth is terminated with the formation of the flower. So that one more difference between the recemose and cymose is, axis or peduncle continuously grow, and axis and peduncle are terminated with the flower. Next, among this the inflorescence, look at here. So this is here, and you see at the base of the axis, at the base of the axis, bolder flowers are present. Coming to this, look at here. See, among this is the first flower will be here, and the next flower it is, and the next flower it is, and the next flower it is, and the next flower it is. Among all these flowers, this is the flower number 1, flower number 2, flower number 3, flower number 4, flower number 5. Among all these, flower number 1 is the older flower and flower number 5 is the younger flower. See, flower number 1 is the older flower and the flower number 5 is the younger flower. Where the older flowers are present, the older flowers are present at the base and the younger flowers are present at the tip. So this type of arrangement of flowers we can call it as acropetal arrangement of flowers. So which means acropetal arrangement means base of the axis older flowers are present. Whereas among this kind, this is the flower number 1 and this flower, this is the peduncle. This peduncle will have one more branch. This is the flower number 2 and again this will have one more branch. This is the flower number 3 and this will have one more flower. This is the flower number 4 and again we'll have one more branch. This is the flower number 5. Let us see flower number 1, flower number 2, flower number 3, flower number 4, flower number 5. How many flowers are here? 5 flowers. Among all these, where the older flowers are present, older flowers are present at the tip. Older flowers are present at the tip and this is called base. See, younger flowers are present at the base. Older flowers are present at the tip, younger flowers are present at the base, which means at the base younger flowers are present and this type of arrangement of flowers is called basipetal arrangement of flowers. So this is called acropetal arrangement and this is called basipetal arrangement. And next, see, among this the inflorescence, and there are 2 types of inflorescence. Among these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flowers, which one is the old flower? Flower number 1. It is the first flower. Flower number 5 is the last flower. Among all these flowers, which flower first opened? The first opened flower is the older flowers. Older flowers are first opened. Later on, younger flowers are opened. See, now let us see. This is the younger one and this is the older one. So when this is look at here, this flower is opened. Later on this flower is opened. See, this is what you call it is central axis. This is center and this is center to the near somewhat it is peripheral. Center to some distance, this is called peripheral. It is central, which means the flower which is opened, which have some distance here. After the distance, the flower can be opened, and that means this is the peripheral flower is now. So the peripheral flower is first opened. This type of opening of flower is called centripetal. Opening of flower is centripetal. Means peripheral flowers first opened. Coming to this, so this is the, so here flower number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flowers are here. So this is the older flower and this is the younger flower. See, and this is the main axis. In this main axis, this is the center. This is the center, and this is the distance between from center to this one is peripheral. So among these all the flowers, the first opened flower is the first flower or the first older flower. This is older flowers first opened, and now this flower at the center position. Now the later on all the lateral flowers will be opened. See, the first opened flower is at the first flower, and it is present at the center now. And this type of opening of flower we can call it as centrifugal. Opening of flower is centrifugal, which means central flowers first opened. Central flowers first opened. So example for this recemose inflorescence is mustard, and examples for this cymose inflorescence is bougainvillea. So these are the differences between the recemose and cymose inflorescence. So this is very important question they will be asked. If